Hour by hour, the prospect of a shutdown becomes more likely. Last night, we told you about how it could affect you, and now we're learning that the shutdown, along with another shift in federal funding, could affect childcare. 5 News reporter Kayla Davis is live in the studio with more on this. Kayla.
Since 2020, Congress has allocated $24 billion in pandemic-related funds towards child care programming. Now we are reaching what's being coined the child care cliff. Those funds are about to expire, but with Congress's attention diverted towards avoiding a government shutdown, there's no relief in sight to replenish that money. One local daycare we're talking to says this could be detrimental for its company and parents. At the Kindergrove Preschool and Child Care Center, about 25% of children use federally funded aid programs towards their tuition.
We have about 125, 130 children.
That's about 30 families who may lose their child care after government financial assistance ends on September 30th. Kindergrove says they can pull from savings to sustain themselves for a few weeks. There's only so much that can be done.
If it's prolonged, then it could potentially mean having to, drop those children, and then parents may find that they have to find childcare again once the government's back up. There are many, many centers all across Northwest Arkansas and the rest of the state that wouldn't be able to sustain for more than a week or two. There are many centers that are literally living week to week, and a 1 to 2 week shutdown could be detrimental to them.
Some Democrats are pushing to give the industry a new lifeline with a bill that would invest $16 billion a year for the next 5 years. But with lawmakers' attention towards avoiding a shutdown and no Republican support, the bill doesn't seem likely to pass. Kindergrove says the worst outcome for the center would be the need to lay off upwards of 80% of their staff, depending on how long the shutdown lasts.
I think that for the most part, our families do understand, but I know from talking to fellow directors of other local preschools that they've had families really struggling to find affordable childcare, and they maybe had to leave when rates went up.
Kindergrove says licensed at-home care centers are typically cheaper and may be a potential alternative for parents affected by the cease in financial aid. Foundation says 70,000 federally funded child care programs could close their doors and over 3 million children could lose their care. If Congress can prevent the shutdown, the loss in funding may be mitigated. Covering news where you live, Kayla Davis, 5 News.